You have crossed 6 thresholds this season. So has everyone you love. Nobody felt it. That's how it always happens.
This is the last episode of the season, so we owe you the truth about what Season 2 was actually about.
It was never about the doors. Tonight, the homecoming. Door 1. An ordinary Tuesday. The future arrived without knocking, and we told you. Someone will one day ask you what this year was like, and you won't know what to tell them.
Door 2. Somewhere that night, someone said goodnight to something that isn't alive, and meant it.
Door 3. You can now be anywhere, and you learned why that feels like being nowhere.
Door 4. Everything you said 10 years ago still exists, word for word. Forgiveness became a decision because forgetting stopped being one.
Door 5. The next video of someone you love might not be them, and truth went back to being what it always was. Trusting someone.
Door 6. The body became a menu, and natural began turning into a decision someone made.
6 thresholds. Now here's what we only noticed when we laid them side by side. Every door ended in the same place. Not in a technology. In a person. What will you tell them? Whom do you say goodnight to? Who is waiting? Who forgives you? Whom do you believe? What would you never edit? 6 questions, and every one of them is about someone you love.
The season was never about the machines. It was about what we were carrying through them.
So the 7th door isn't ahead of us. We've been carrying it the whole way. There's a shot from the first episode we want to show you again. A dawn kitchen, lit like an exhibit. Glass case light. A museum label. Your ordinary morning, preserved for a civilization that hasn't happened yet. When we built it, we thought it was about time.
Look again. There's a kettle, 2 mugs, a chair pulled out. Someone just left it. We lit an ordinary morning like a treasure, and then spent 6 episodes asking why that felt so much like grief. That isn't archaeology. That's love with a time delay. Okay, but home is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Define it. Because if home is a place, this season already killed it. Door 3 burned geography to the ground.
Right? Home can't be a place anymore. Not reliably. It can't be the past. Door 4 keeps the past too well. It can't even be the body. Door 6 put the body on a menu. Every traditional anchor of home is one of the things this decade renegotiated.
So either home is dead,
or home was never any of those things. It was the thing those things were holding. Here's how old this question is. The word nostalgia was coined in 1688 as a medical diagnosis. Swiss soldiers, far from their mountains, were dying of homesickness. Doctors believed sending them home would cure them. Here's the strange part. Many went home, and the ache didn't stop, because the home they missed wasn't a place. It was a time, and no road goes there.
So homesickness was never geography. It was time sickness. Door 1 again.
Every door this season was the same door wearing different clothes. The crossing was always time.
And the oldest story in the Western canon already knew it. The Odyssey isn't a war story. The war is over almost before it starts. It's a man trying to get home. Takes him 10 years.
And when he finally arrives, nobody recognizes him. Not his servants. Not his wife. He stands in his own house, unknown.
Except the dog. Argos, 20 years old, lying in the dung by the gate. He lifts his head. He knows him. He wags his tail once and dies.
3,000 years. And Homer's answer still stands. What survives the crossing isn't the house. It isn't the kingdom. It's being known.
Door 5 said the same thing in modern clothes. The oldest verification protocol on Earth, knowing a person over time.
And how does his wife finally test him? This stranger wearing her husband's face. She orders a servant to move their bed. And he says the thing only her husband could know. The bed cannot be moved. He built it around a living olive tree. The roots are the house.
3,000 years ago, the test for, is it really you, was already, tell me the thing only we know. Door 5 gave that protocol a name. Homer gave it roots. Then say the quiet part because the season owes it. If the crossing is time, there is no way back through any of these doors. The last ordinary year is not coming back. The unrecorded past is not coming back. The unedited body, the unquestioned photograph, the village that forgot. None of it is coming back.
No, it isn't. And this is where a season either ends in grief or turns.
If you've carried something this far, stay for the turn. It's the whole season.
Here it is. All season we said we were crossing thresholds, leaving. But run the season backwards for a moment. Watch it come back the other way. Why did an ordinary kitchen deserve a museum? Because someone loved it. Why does the counterfeit voice wound us? Because the real one is precious. Why does the archive that never forgets frighten us? Because we need to be forgiven. Every fear this season was a love, photographed in the dark. We were never opening doors to leave. We were learning what home is.
Then say what home is. One sentence. You owe the season that.
Home is whatever you would carry through every door. That's the whole answer I have.
That's not an answer. That's an assignment.
Yes, it is.
Here's where we still disagree, and I want it in the finale. You believe what we carry survives the crossing. I look back at these 6 doors and I think carrying is not keeping. Things change in transit. The voice can be counterfeited. The body can be edited. Even the memory of home rewrites itself every time we visit it. I think we arrive with copies.
And I think a copy carried with love is called an heirloom. We're not settling this one. It isn't ours anymore. It's yours. The door this time is yours. The one you'll walk through today, milk in one hand, phone in the other.
Stand in it 1 second longer than usual. Look back into the room. That's the whole practice. That's the homecoming.
Somewhere behind you a kettle is on. A person is talking to something alive, or not quite. A photograph is true, or not quite. A body is edited, or not quite. And none of that is the thing you would grab in a fire. You already know what you'd grab in a fire. You've known the whole season.
So the finale's question isn't ours. It's the season's. When everything about the world can change, what is the one thing you would carry through every door?
Season 2 was the crossing. 7 doors. We didn't find the final answers. That was never the job. We found the doors. And we found out what we were holding while we walked.
Season 3, when it comes, starts on the other side. Same room, same kettle, new light. One more thing. From me, I've been this season's skeptic, the one who grieved at every door. So believe me when I say this part. I'm not sorry we walked. Every door I hated taught me the name of something I loved. That's the deal. That was always the deal.
Until then, the door is not locked. It never was. This was the brand door. Thank you for crossing with us.